Hello, my beautiful friends, it's Maria here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm making a video about my 5 tips on pirouettes. So, pirouettes is a very complicated topic and I wanted to make a disclaimer straight away that these tips are just the things that work for me personally, and pirouettes are the most personal thing in ballet, I feel like. Like the pirouettes, you have to find your style of pirouettes, but I'm going to talk about 5 things that my teachers or my coaches taught me, and the 5 most important things that I think about while doing my pirouettes from the 4th position en dehors, the most common pirouettes in ballet. So without further ado, let's get started with the tips. Tip number 1 is to start from the active turned out 4th position. So, 4th position, you don't want to start whatever. You really want to make, you do the plie at the bar. And this plie, you practically, the demi-plie in the 4th position, you do this plie for your pirouettes. So, we are turning out both of our legs and we are doing this active plie, feeling our muscles, feeling the tension there, and really turning out both heels and controlling our plie with our muscles and pushing down for the nice force to happen for your pirouette. And it's important not to go like this straight away with your supporting heel for the pirouette, and it's important not to do this with your back knee, so both knees go to the side. You really engage your hip muscles for the preparation for the pirouette, and you start with really turned out legs. So this is a tip that really helps me whenever I'm like dying on stage and I'm telling myself, Masha, turn out and active, turn out and active. And this really helps me to, stand on my leg somehow. So to really prepare nicely for the pirouette is very important for me. Tip number 2 is to stay in your supporting shoulder. I know I always tell you about the supporting shoulder in all of my tips videos, but for pirouettes, I'll try explaining it like this. So, oftentimes we want to do this. We feel like it's comfortable to do like this, to go like this for the pirouette from the 4th position. But my teachers always taught me to, to resist a little bit, to turn like the whole body and to leave the left shoulder, the supporting shoulder, a little tiny bit to the back, and to feel like you are staying on it during the process of the pirouette. So not doing this, because this is going to engage the supporting leg to turn in. This is going to engage like this very weird wobbly pirouette, but to feel like this shoulder goes a little bit to the back and resists the movement of the turn, and feel like you are staying on it during the whole pirouette, like 5 pirouettes or like 2 pirouettes, however many pirouettes you are doing. So always thinking about staying on that shoulder, putting it a little bit down and a little bit to the back. Of course, we don't want to do this. We want to keep our hips and shoulders in a nice square position, but like just really thinking a little bit about this standing shoulder has always helped me. Tip number 3, don't lose the turnout in your standing leg. So this is kind of connected to the shoulder thing a little bit. So the first thing we don't want to do is we don't want to start the pirouette like this, The heel, we keep the heel turned out. I try keeping my heel turned out for the start of the pirouette. But then during the whole pirouette, we don't want to, the heel to go like this, because then you're going to start sinking in and you're going to start losing that shape and this nice pulled up position of the pirouette. So I always try thinking about, relevating in a turned out position and then keeping that turned out position in the standing leg while doing the pirouette. And and also straightening the knee and really stretching and really pulling up on it and turning out and not letting it go down in the hip and not letting it turn in, and pulling up through the top of your head as well. And I don't know, just going a little bit more upwards rather than into a turn, just kind of, pulling up, if that makes any sense for you guys, but not like this, but rather like this. It's going to make the pirouette a little bit more stable, I guess. That's how it works for me. Tip number 4 is that arms go into the nice first position together with the releve and the turn. So one mistake that I have always been doing is I've been doing something like this with my arms, when it gets hard on stage or during the rehearsal, like for example doing fouettes or doing like the pirouettes with the partner. I really tend to go do some sort of nonsense with my arms, but we really have to keep thinking about the stable first position. And the one thing that's going to help us do that is that we, grab these arms into the third position together with the turn. So we do not grab them earlier and we do not grab them later, but as we are turning and as we are relevé, we are grabbing the first position and pulling the whole construction together. It is very important to make the arms even, put the shoulders down, hold the elbows to the sides, and really just, imagining holding that imaginary circle and imagining that the arms really help you holding that pirouette, because, grabbing the force is of course very important, grabbing that turning momentum. But for me, the one thing that is more important than that is holding that balance and holding that beautiful position during the pirouette. And arms are really going to help us do that. And the final tip number 5, is to grab the passe, grab the turned out passe very fast. So this is a little complicated, but the balance on passe is the thing that we should work on consistently, like during the bar exercises and during the center, the quintessential position, the balance position for the pirouettes then. So we have to really find our nice passe position for just the simple balance, and then we have to think about holding it during the pirouette. But what I was meaning while I was telling you about that 5th tip is that we want to grab that passe fast, and this is more to do with the shape, with the form of your pirouette, with how beautiful it is, because I feel like the pirouettes with higher, medium high passe look better than the pirouettes with lower passe, and they look more pulled up. So now we want to grab it quick, grab that passe position quite quick, but you don't want to do that, So you have to coordinate it with the turning motion that you are doing. So you kind of have to grab it a few moments after you start turning. So you start turning and then you grab the passe. So you have to find that position for yourself, I think, but it has to go into this position quite fast into the pirouette. So I would say that we turn a little bit with our shoulders from the 4th position, and then we grab the passe, but we have to keep it turned out. So we don't go up with the knee like that, turned in, but we try keeping it turned out, and it will make us pull up on our hips. And we want to hold that passe position during the whole pirouette, and we don't want it to slide down or up. But yeah, so you start turning and then you grab it turned out. So don't rush it too much. I guess. And don't be late with it. So we don't want to do, this. We want to turn a little bit and then grab it immediately. So something like this. Just something to think about maybe. Let me know what are your favorite tips for pirouettes are. Let me know if you had some useful information from this video, and if you enjoyed it, like definitely sound off in the comments below. I would love to know your opinion, and I would also love to know what other videos you want me to make here on this channel, and if you're enjoying this whole tips series, or if you want more fitness videos that I used to make a while ago. So let me know, guys, and always remember that I love you a lot, and I really want you to keep being inspired and keep being happy. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already to see more ballet related content from me. And I love you very much. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye guys, love you.